Hey guys, it's Chloe and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Okay, so as you can tell from the title of this video, today I'm going to be doing a video that I haven't done in quite a little while because obviously it's been summer. So today I'm going to be showing you guys what I was reading last month as being an English literature student. To be honest, I started off quite light, so there's not many books here, but this was just kind of the start of my English course and I was just trying to get back into it. So there's about 4 or 5 books that I want to talk to you about today. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, so the first book I want to talk to you about is the classical fairy tales. This is a Norton critical edition. So the difference between this and say a normal fairy tale book is in this one it has just kind of critical reflects on the fairy tales. The ones that I've really read in here are Little Red Riding Hood. I read about 2 or 3 versions of Little Red Riding Hood and it's kind of scary because it makes you realise you're not a child anymore and that the fairy tales that you were told as a child are not the same in some kind of worlds. For example, Brothers Grimm and stuff like that, like completely different. I've also read the Neil Gaiman instructions, which is in the beginning of this book, and this is so cool. Like, I love the instructions part by Neil Gaiman because it's kind of like a how do you describe it, like a travel through the fairy tale world, which I really do enjoy. And I'm just going to read the beginning of this and I think you'll pick up straight away what fairy tale this is. So it starts with, touch the wooden gate in the wall you never saw before. Say please before you open the latch. Go through. Walk down the path. A red metal imp hangs from the green painted front door as a knocker. Do not touch it. It will bite your fingers. Walk through the house, take nothing, eat nothing. However, if any creature tells you that it hungers, feed it. If it tells you that it is dirty, clean it. If it cries to you that it's hurt, if you can, ease its pain. And I don't know what it is about Neil Gaiman and this little instructions, like it's only 2 pages long. Yeah, it's only 2 pages long and I absolutely love it. So I definitely recommend if you want a bit of critical reading, not just critical reading because there are the classical fairy tales in here, but also you've got the critical reading. So for an example, Jessica Tiffin from Magical Illusion fairy tale film. I might read that later actually. It just seems like an essay. So yeah, if you want something like this to read, then I definitely recommend getting this. You can get this from the Norton website. So the second book I want to talk to you guys about is Jane Eyre. Now this again is the Norton critical edition. These are just the versions we have to have for our course because of the fact that it's got critical parts in it as well. But Jane Eyre is one of my favourite all-time books. So when this came up on my Victorian literature reading list, I was like, yay! Because along with Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre is one of my favourites. So I'm so glad that we've got both the Brontes on the course this year. Jane Eyre is kind of, we were doing something in one of our modules the other day about how it's kind of sexualised, but I don't think it is. But I guess it depends on what point of view you read Jane Eyre from. But I'm not going to ruin Jane Eyre because if you haven't watched Jane Eyre or read Jane Eyre, then do it. But I definitely recommend reading the book before you watch the film. But yeah, so Jane Eyre is the second book on my list. I love it. So basically the only difference between this one and a normal Jane Eyre book is that at the back of the book it has critical pieces and just kind of different kind of aspects in attempts to look at the text, which is really good from a literature point of view because obviously then you can look back and look at it, compare it to the text, see if there's anything in the text you're like, I don't know, then always reading critical pieces is really helpful. So yeah, that's Jane Eyre. Very good book, love it. Okay, so the next book we're going to move on to is a non-fiction book. This is called Brief Encounters, which is a collection of contemporary non-fiction. So basically this is for my creative non-fiction course. So this basically just has pieces of writing that kind of reflect upon somebody's life. This was a piece that I have previously read, which was about a lady and the death of her father. and it was called Future Imperfect. And with non-fiction, obviously it's really hard to write your life story without making things up, so this kind of works really well. So this is just a really short, it's about 5 pages, pieces about the sickness of her stepfather, I think it is, and it starts off with the memories that she has as a child, and then how it's going to affect her and her family when he dies. And this piece just kind of hit to home a little bit, because you know when you can relate to a text, I really felt with this one, like no one in my family is currently at that point, but like it just felt really relatable, and I did really like this piece of text, and it's kind of got me intrigued to what else is in this book, so I am looking forward to reading some more on this. So it's just kind of like a point of view and perspectives and voices of authors, and they're talking about their lifestyle, and I feel like this is going to be a really good read to read like from the front to back. Obviously it's not a complete story section, so it is a non-fiction piece, but I actually look forward to seeing what else is in this book. So the final book that I want to talk to you about is Beginning Theory by Peter Barry. So this book is basically a theory kind of piece of literature. I'm just going to explain what it says on the blurb. I don't know how to explain what is in here, but basically the blurb says that it's a variety of approaches, theorists and technical language that's expertly unravelled. Unlike many books which assume certain positions about the critics and the theory they represent, Peter Barry allows readers to develop their own ideas once first principles and concepts have been grasped. So the bit that I have currently been reading in here is all about Freud, which is psychoanalytic criticism. I did really enjoy this chapter. It was quite heavy to read, but I am quite looking forward to seeing what else we have to read in this book. So if you kind of like theory and stuff like that, then I definitely recommend getting this Beginning Theory book. There's loads of editions, but this third theory, which I got off World of Books, I think, I literally paid like £2 for. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to spend a lot of money on a theory book, but I want to have a look and see what it is, pop over to World of Books, and yeah, they're probably about £2. I think the most expensive one on there was £5, which isn't too bad for a theory book. So yeah, that's Beginning Theory by Peter Barry. So that's the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, this year the books are very different from what my course was last year, so it's going to be a different variety of books each month that I'm reading. I'm going to leave the name of these 4 books in the description box down below, just in case you guys want to go check them out. But yeah, so we hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you on Thursday for a new one. Bye!